You. So I've been doing a bunch of these mole crabs, which is like Bob's Bob Popovic's 3 feather sand fleas. I've just been doing them in a bunch of different ways, right? Like this is more the way Bob did them with the palmered feathers. I've added some legs, um, but then there's like some of them I've been doing with the Congo, or EP you could use too. This is more of like an Eric Warner style uh, mole crab. Uh, some of them I've just been doing with like straight mallard and wood duck with like some orange egg sac highlights in there. So basically, what I kind of wanted to do is freestyle, since we're keeping with the freestyle theme. So let's freestyle a mole crab. I have the materials here. I was thinking, let's do the body kind of Eric Warner style with some Congo, but then underneath I wanted to add some, because they have a very orange, like they're either eggs or the gills underneath there. If you flip them over there, it's like some of them have a very like super bright orange. We're gonna put some of that on the underside, and then we're gonna cap them with mallard and wood duck. And for the legs, I didn't even think about it till just now, but how about we'll do, let's do mallard and wood duck for the legs. We'll find some nice feathers and pinch them off. It'll look cool. So let's try it. Here we go. I've recently found out that Rotini pasta makes the world's greatest joint filters too. Just sharing that for any all cannabis enthusiasts out there. Once you try it, you'll see what I mean. There is such a thing as too much air, and I think a lot of I don't try the pasta. You might like it. All right, here we go. Hook is Arex. This is the Beast Fly Long in 1/0. Just putting down a little base here. Let's hit some C plus on here. Not a lot, just a little bit. And put this whoop. Put this here. Yeah, that'll work. So you're gonna want to definitely, obviously, put it on the bottom, because this fly's gonna. We're gonna actually tie it like this too. Just makes it easier. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. There's no way I could have saw that coming. We're just gonna soldier forward there. So one thing I've noticed about these tying in these lead eyes here is that people are under sometimes people are under the kind of false assumption that it's the under wraps on the figure 8 here that tighten everything down, which it does, but what really secures it are the back and forth wraps you make behind and in front. Keep that in mind. So, yeah, this one's like still a little, put a little more in here. As you'll see after, I never make too many in one way before going back down onto the shaft and going back and forth, because that's what really locks it in. Yeah. So some of these I'll actually do with the lead eyes with like the, what is it? This one. The 140 power thread. Instead of the mono, but the mono works fine too. It's just, and then I switch when I do the, so, because like for the tying, mono is the absolute best in my opinion. So, alright, so here, let's go to about, like here is where I guess kind of start. Let me just make sure that this is in the frame. Yeah, because it's down below here. And then we'll, how about this? I'm not trying to make you sick here, but like, how about that? Alright. So, just making sure these are, never checked. You always want to look from this way to make sure your eyes are on a level, so, in the freestyle manner here, let's think about how we're going to do this crap here. So let's think mouth parts first. They have like a little weird, like kind of little mouth parts here. So how about we take a little mallard flank feather here. What you want to do? And you can either take the feather here and come in here with your scissors and snip out like snip out here, snip out the tip, so that way you have like there's no stem here, and then you can come in here and just tie it in, or you can, which is what I'm gonna do, is we're just gonna tip tie it, stroke all that back here. Tip tie, make sure we know which way everything's going to go. Alright, come up from underneath here. Tip tie it here. I'm just going to palm it for a couple wraps here and just make a couple little mix what you'll see. Let's make kind of these like little mouth parts they got here. And we can do one more here. Good. Half one. Do half one. Stem. Cut out the stem. Some tension here. Stroke everything forward. Put one right so we miss one here. Boom. No problem. Boom. Okay, now we got our little mouth parts here. Some glue. Honestly, the glue, really until the end, it might be a little superfluous, but I'll get to that. So now, for our body and the underbody here, I'm using, this is Congo hair from Fly Tires Dungeon, which is the exact same thing as EP fiber at like a tenth of the price. So what I'm going to do is here I have two colors, a darker and a lighter one. I'm just going to cut a little, this is actually too much. We don't want to go too thick on these here, so I'm just going to, that'll be fine. So I'm going to cut one here, just put it side here. And then cut one from the other one here, same kind of deal here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along really quick and just cut this into, about 1 inch little sections here, and just leave them out on my desk here. You can go shorter for the ones in the front here and then just kind of widen them as you go. Sometimes I do that. So that was one here. Let's do this one here. Maybe I should have done this before, but I'm almost done. Alright, so I have two different colors of this stuff here. Let's start with one. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to I'm going to lay it down top of the hook here, which is the bottom of the hook, but it's like for art. Whenever I want to clear up any confusion, when I say top from now on, I'm talking about when you fish the fly, right? The top of the fly when you fish it, right? Not when you tie it and fish it, right? So top of the fly here. Let's start with this. So I just lay it in on top, and then I come across with like 1, 2, maybe 3 securing wraps, right? So I have that down on that side. So what I'll do is I'll come here and just come back and make a little. So now this is secure on this side here, right? And now you see I've made a little space here with the thread. So what I do is now grab the rest of the material, swing it around to the other side here, and now come across, right? Like that. Right here, let me, actually here, we'll do it like this so you can see. So I bring it around like this, boom, like that. Alright, so now it's on top, everything's on top, yeah? And it's tied in like that, right? So, okay. Now I'm going to go to a darker one, that's the lighter one now here. We're going to alternate these so it makes it, and then we're going to be laying 2 of them on top too. And we're going to be putting some stuff on the bottom too. After this, actually, let's do that. No. Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it next. So same deal as before. Laying on top. Like 1, 2, 3. I think working back like that. On that side's tied in. Now I'm sliding this over to this side. Boom. I got it. This kind of Congo hair ties in very nicely. It compresses nicely. It holds shape nicely. I like it. It's floaty too, so it'll help, with the buoyancy and right the fly and everything too. So let's do one more. No, you know what? Let's do the bottom. So for the bottom, I wanted to add some orange. This is the only thing I had. I had like 3 different materials, dubbings and stuff, but they're all kind of short in this color that I needed. So what I'm gonna do is here, these are some incredibly crappy. It says saddle feathers. I guess technically that's what they are, but this is literally just like floor sweepings. But I kind of like this stuff down at the bottom here. Yeah, it's got the color I need. So let's get a nice one, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a technique here that I kind of thought up here. So let's what I'm going to do here is I want this webby stuff down at the bottom here, yeah? So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to snip the rest of that feather there, right? And then I'm going to come in with my nail here, and I'm going to pinch this here and just pinch it down like this, and then just roll it like this, right? Roll it, and press the stem now flat, right? And now I'm just gonna kind of measure where I want some of this at, and I'm just gonna strip off the back side here, and just lay this in, and just tie it in right on the bottom. Yeah, like that. I'm just thinking of something. Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be fine. So I'm gonna come here and just cut out this step. So flip back over. Now let's put that there. Let's do the lighter one here. Same deal as before. Tie it in on your side. Flip it over. Slide this. Tie that, secure that down on my side. Now we are going to start building the wrap. They have like they're bulbous, you know what I mean, a little bit. So what we're going to do is here we're going to take a stack here, and we're going to tie it in on top like this. boom. Fold that forward, secure it, right? Boom. So see, now we're starting to build on the top too. You know, and I should probably, you know, you can glue this shit if you want. Glue the whole thing, bottom. All wet. Alright. Moving right along. Oh, legs. Let's do some legs. I'm gonna take one of these mallard feathers here, and we're gonna find a nice, kind of longer one, bar, you know, like longer. Hold on. I'm just gonna throw this out real quick. Just look. See, this is a professional. This is how we run the show here. Okay. You know, fuck professional. Let's do. Ooh, I'm gonna caught. Okay. Let's do here. I'm going to take the feather, strip back a little bit of the, expose the tip there. Come in and cut it. Stroke everything forward. Pinch everything like that. And then come in and tie it on the side here. Let's make them a little longer. We want to be able to kind of move those out of the way when we trim the fly. And you want them to be out there and moving around, so yeah, there you go. Much better. But down that side. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Same deal. Cut this middle part out of the feather here. Strip everything forward here. Sweet. And more of the same. Your side, my side. Yeah. Now let's do this again. Here's that. Side. Yeah. Now let's do top. Yeah. Now let's do on the side here. And I think we can do one more on the top and then jump to the behind the eyes. And that's where we're gonna hang on for a second, and we're gonna trim real quick, and then we're gonna tie in the shell. So let's just do one more here on the top. And yeah. Secure that, make sure that's nice. Now we're gonna jump with tension here. Do a couple back and forward wraps to secure everything, and now we can hold. Alright, now let's get our brush here. Now what I kind of want to do is grab these legs and mouth parts a little bit here and just kind of bring it down a little bit here, just, you know. Okay. And you know, when you tie everything in, if you pre-cut the pieces tapered, it'll make this part a lot easier. So I have these scissors that are just kind of rounded a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of use them to make a kind of rounded top and to shape these sides in. These long straggler pieces kind of mount. Just want to make sure that it's like kind of bulbous, but also not, you know, not too bulbous. Just make sure everything's kind of, that'll be fine, I think. Something like that. Alright, so now I'm going to tie in 2 feathers on top as shellback, and I have like a wood duck and a mallard, and what I do is I just lay them on top, but like it depends. There's no, you know what I mean? You can do either one. Like for this one, I think I'll do it like that. I'll put the wood duck underneath, but you can do whatever you want. You can use both mallard, you can use no mallard, you can just color this if you want to, just take like a marker and just make like dots or something on this. You could do that. It's very, you know, there's no rules here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of line up these 2 feathers. They don't have to be even exact, just kind of, you know, round about, just where I think they're going to kind of, right here. That, yeah, that would be cool, right there. So and just strip off the remaining ones here. Now I'll do that kind of technique again where I'm doing it with 2 feathers. You might want to try to do it when you do it, just try to do it with 1, but pinch very tightly here. Do not let these feathers slip, and then grab the stems and just roll them with your nail, right? Like flatten it, roll it with your nail so that you can create a kind of a flat space to tie on. See, and they'll just tie in a lot easier like that. Right? Tie this in like this, and we kind of pull this back and get some wraps in front. Boom. And you know, like I said, you can do anything with these. You just saw me just kind of make up all this, like I just did, you know, I've never tied this version before like this with the feather on the bottom. I just made that up. In retrospect, I kind of maybe should have waited and put it back here, you know, but it'll still fish fine. It'll be fine. You know, that's something I might do for next time, you know. Give it another whip finish here with glue it. Yeah, that's it. A little Sand Flea mole crab. A little bit of Bob, a little bit of Eric Warner, putting glue on these thread wraps here. You know, a little bit of. That's it. You know, I'm sure you've dug these up in the sand before. There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Upside down. My voice is upside down. I'm like, why isn't this working? Because it's upside down. There you go. Thanks for watching, y'all.